And Upwey Tecoma break now. So we're just about ready to start this game. Midfielders make their way into the middle of the ground. Be Riley Monkos for Woori Yallock to start off in the ruck for Woori. It'll be Tom Atala for Upwey Tecoma. We saw a bit of a couple of weeks ago via Yarra Valley FM when we were calling the match of the day for the Outer East. What he lacks in size, he definitely doesn't lack in his athletic ability around the ground. Constantly works hard around the ground, but it'll be a different beast going up against a big-bodied Riley Monkos. So, the umpires just get ready. The ball is raised in the air now as we look to begin play here. And it's Atala who probably nearly got the better of that tap this time, and there's a kick away. But it's going to be turned over, and Upwey Tecoma can look to pounce off half back here. Now they go down the line. And now they link it up through Basoli. They go Williams, half back. Now they bring it up in the middle of the ground, but it's going to be cut off, and doing well there is Jack Murray. Murray goes inside forward 50 and he's found a target. And it looks like, and it's going to be Jack McKay. So McKay will have a shot from just outside 50. He starts to begin his approach now. McKay, in he comes. Kid's on his way. Kick looks to just be fading and probably will fall short as well. And that it does. Can Amar be taking the goal square? No, it's not. But it's picked up by Bacaro. Stucks around his body. And kicks the first for the afternoon. Upwey Tecoma on the board. Courtesy of Carmen Bacaro. So Upwey Tecoma right on the board now. They make their way back into the middle of the ground. Paul. Just opening up. Apologies, you see in the live score now. It has logged me out, so I'm just logging in now to deal with the live scores. As the ball's in the middle of the ground. And they get the kick away to Woori Yallock trying to push it forward here, and a handball's over the top. And now they can go forward here. Upwey Tecoma, but he's going to be turned over. Woori Yallock look to push forward, and that they do. They have a run it coming through the middle here, and they do use Joel Smith in his 100th game. Sends it inside forward 50. Can it might be taken, but no, it's going to be a free kick given. And it's going the way of Woori Yallock. For over the top high contact free kick. Taking the kick here will be Jack Matthews. So Jack Matthews will kick just inside the 50. And this kick, it's coming out the outside of his boot, and it's going to miss everything to go out of bounds on the full. It's not the ideal start for Matthews and Woori Yallock. Upwey Tecoma still leading 1-0-0-6 to Woori Yallock yet to score. As they go laterally. And then now they come in ball, but a turnover could be on here. But Atala goes in, gets the handball out, and then they go to handball with Whip. But again, this is going to be turned over. A short kick inside 50 could be on, but the mark is dropped. Now it's at the bottom of the pack, looking for the teammate in Zach Monkos, who with the luxury of Riley playing now, can spend a bit more time forward. We know how damaging in the ruck and forward he can be. I expect him to take, as he is now, take the ruck work in the forward 50. And Monkhurst gets the tap down, but Upwey Tecoma, who get the clearing kick away. Now Smith gets a handball over the top. Gives it over to Harvey Smith. He's going in hard. Gets it over, Campbell over to Bastoli. Bastoli puts a kick inside 450. Will this be turned over? Yes, it is. It's intercepted. And intercepted well done there as they go laterally again across the ground here. Upwey Tecoma have all the space and they opt to come up the middle of the ground. It's a really nice kick to the skipper, Glenn Costas, who moves it on quickly. But a tackle is chasing him. Umpire says play on. Going in and getting it is Jack Murray. Handball out. Now it's on the far side of the wing. And it's Woori Yallock with the ball. Jordan Williams links up with a few there. Gets a handball over the top to Alex Marsh. Marsh loads up. It's going to be just across the face for a minor score. So Upwey Tecoma to bring the ball back in. Opting to play on and coming virtually to the wing that we are in a high fly, but unable to hold the mark. Richards West. And it's going to be a free kick going his way. Been a good pick-up from them. As he goes short and does it well. Is that a free kick? No, umpire says play on. Smith goes in, gets the handball out. And now a nice tackle laid there. How's the umpire going to see this? He's had a couple of opportunities to handball it out, but the umpire says my ball. So the ball up to be balled up here. And Sheehan gets it and brings it inboard. He's done that well. Now they can move it. They go over the top here in search of a teammate. Murray started this game well. Murray goes wide to Richards West, who has nice strong hands out in front. Richards West goes over the top. Hit just falls short of the intended target. But Richards West goes off the ground. It could be a clever one in the end. And picking it up and snapping there is Jackson Waters. Kick towards goal and he's got it. Upwey Tecoma still have two now to Woori Alex, one behind. Good start here. Upwey Tecoma not on their home deck. We see Blake Burrows makes his way onto the ground as well. He's a key pillar in their midfield. But a great start nonetheless here to Upwey Tecoma. 2 goals straight, 12 to Woori Alex, 0 goals, 1. So the ball making its way into the middle of the pack here. Into the middle of the ground. Apologies. As now the ball is thrown up here. Monkhurst gets the tap down looking for Williams. The bounce didn't quite favour him. Then he gathers it, but he's tackled in a big tackle by Park Jenkinson. Just lets him know he's there as well. Then helps him up. Park Jenkinson, one of the young stars for Upwey Tecoma. Tap done there and one down by McKay. As a kick forward goes in there. The handball out of the pack. No clear winner here. And Marsh looks to try and come away with it. Unable to. In fact, it's going to be a free kick now. It's going to come back to Rory Fox. I've heard a second whistle, I believe, and I have too. Rory Fox is not even aware of it, and he's the kicker. But it is a 25-metre penalty, or is it a down? Oh, no, it's a free kick to Carmen Baccaro. So it must have been something that happened inside forward 50 there. Because Fox was unaware of it too, and he was the one who had the recipient of the free kick from outside 50. But nonetheless, Baccaro's got lining up for his second now. Baccaro, such a live wire he is. Makes something happen from nothing, and always something happens when he's around the area. Baccaro, kick of 30 metres. In he comes. Does it stay there? Yes, it does. Baccaro's got 2 in the first. Statement start here by Upwey Tecoma with the first 3 goals of the game. This ball's back in the middle ground now. They throw up. No real clear winner. Monkhurst went to try and back it and get it, and going in hard there was Jackson Waters, unable to get a clearing kick. Getting the kick away was Woori Yallock, but it's going to be intercepted in the back half. Now we're ball in hand. Burrows, who's interjected himself into the game, as I mentioned before, starting on the interchange, brings it inboard, does it well to Sheehan. Sheehan goes wide in an attempt to look for a number 27 that I do not have written down, but he brings it inboard to Park Jenkinson, but it's just going to go over the top, and Robbie Allen's going to be the interceptor marker there. He's done it for a long time. Robbie Allen, star player for Woori Yallock for many years, brings it inboard to Riley Monkhurst. So Monkhurst opts to go wide. Can it might be taken out the back? No, it can't. He was in looking for Hamish Gemmell. Unable to hold the mark, and it comes wide. It's going to be a mark right on the boundary line. They bring it inboard to Jordan Williams. Williams. Another star player, League BNF winner. Williams goes back to the boundary. Kick just missing the target. And a handball of the free kick. They appeal for a high contact free kick. Unable to get it though. Here's Joel Smith in the area. Richards West. Williams is there at the bottom of the pack. Joel Smith gets a handball out. Now Allen brings it in. Matter of fact, it was a kick inboard to Allen. Goes in and does well to keep his arms free. Then gets the handball away. But is there going to be a turnover here? Trying to go hard at it there. For Upwey Tecoma's Lachlan McGill. Scrappy ball in the middle of the ground. A big strong tackle laid by Zach Matheson of Woori Yallock. And matter of fact, it's going to be a free kick against him for that tackle on Park Jenkinson. Park Jenkinson goes short. But it's going to be punched away. But can they still try and mop this up? No. Monkhurst brings it inboard. Nice kick. In the centre of the ground now, sending it long, is Ruben Hurley. Can a mark be taken? Yes, I thought that could have been paid intercept mark. As a matter of fact, it is just a bit of a late whistle. Looks like Ben Watson. Watson goes wide. Gets over to Burrows. Burrows inboard to Waters. Waters again inboard, so they're into the middle of the ground now. They got it to Mitch Stokes. Stokes opt to go the handball. Back over to Waters, but didn't quite cake it cleanly. Now it's at centre half forward for Woori Yallock. Picking it up is Basoli. Unable to take it cleanly again, and there's a big strong tackle laid right on the centre half forward line here for Woori Yallock. Still searching for their first goal of the game, 0-1-1 to 3 goals, 18. No clear winner in that ruck contest. Riley Monkhurst gets it wide and does that well to Gemmell. Matter of fact, Hurley, inboard, looking for Zach Monkhurst, but the kick there is cut off by Ben Matthews. Matthews brings it inboard, kick misses the target, but it's done all right there. But a great smother there was by Alex Marsh, applying the pressure, and then getting it back on the other way. Woori Yallock, is this their first goal of the game? Yes, it is. Woori Yallock are finally on the board, just trying to gather the number. Just trying to gather who the player was who kicked it. It all happened so quick. It was a beautiful ball to run off the intercept and get it on the turnover. Not doing any favours, is he, by turning around? There we go. Mitch Arnold off the wing. Kicks the first goal for Woori Yallock, and they're on the ball, 1-1-7 to 3 goals, 18. Make sure you download the local Footy Hub app for all your game day live stream statistics, shows, news articles, whatever you need, it is there. So make sure you download the Footy app, so your local Footy Hub app, so you don't miss anything there. As the ball trickles over the boundary line there, Hurley helped over the line there by Upwey Tecoma's Jack Murray. Boundary umpire throws the ball back into it there. Monkhurst got the tap down. Now it goes inside forward 50 for Woori Yallock, but intercepting and picking the ball up is Mitch Stokes of Upwey Tecoma now. Kicked down the line. I thought it was going to be cut off there by Ray. Unable to hold the mark cleanly. Will this tickle over the boundary line? No. Fox thought he kept it in for a second. The umpire disagrees, and will be brought back for a boundary throw-in. Outer East Football Netball Show, one time a week, every Friday night. Make sure to tune in there to hear all the local footy, all the news in the Outer East, going over the games and predictions as well. So make sure you tune in there every Friday night to see Aiden and Steph on there as a kick goes into the top of the 50 for Upwey Tecoma. Is that out of bounds on the full? Yes, it is. No. Richards West was appealing from the full, as were a couple other players. Boundary umpire disagrees, so it will be a boundary throw-in. Be Riley Monkhurst going up against Jack McKay. Monkhurst gets the tap down. He was looking for Ray there, unable to. Picking up the ball there was Thompson, but he's tackled straight away. Park Jenkinson puts a kick inside 450, looking for Richards West, and again, strong hands out in front. He's going to be a threat all day, Richards West, especially with the height. He's kicked a bag of 5, I believe it was, the other week. Kicked 3 the first game that we saw him. We went down and watched him play. This one's going to go through for a minor score. It's their first behind of the afternoon as Allen to bring the ball back into play. Comes up the middle of the ground, sees something he's like, and does that beautifully well. Just a beautiful user of halfback is Robbie Allen. Now they play on Pasoli. Here's a handball over the top. Now kick goes to forward, inside 450. Monkhurst out the back. Can he gather it? And there's a whistle being blown. Which way is it going? I believe it's going Upwey to Tecoma's way. An advantage has been paid. So now it comes into the hands of Chisensi. Chisensi puts a kick in long down the line, but an intercepting mark is going to be taken there by Oscar Simpson. Oscar Simpson brings it inboard looking for Monkhurst. Monkhurst gets a handball over, but he's turned it over to his fellow opposing ruck and Mackay. Mackay brings it inboard and does that well. Gets it over to Fox. Fox has a runner coming past him, so he uses him, and it is Jai Sheehan, the vice-captain. Now they use Fox again. Fox goes even further over the top, and then a short kick to Picaro. That can't be 15, though, and the umpire agrees. Didn't take it cleanly anyway. It's going to be a holding the man free kick. It's going to go the way of Picaro. Picaro. Go in the way of Simpson. So Simpson now assesses his options. Brings it wide. Interesting kick, but does find Ben Monkhurst, who brings it wide on the line to Jamil. Jamil goes up the line. Can a mark be taken here? A contest is made. Can they get it at the front of the pack? Mackay's there and unable to hold the mark, though, but getting there at ground level was Stokes. Gets a handball over the top and finds a teammate there in Gamley. Now they can go forward, and Sheehan. Sheehan goes wide. Just puts it on the boots and hopes for the best. It goes wide in the wing, but they do have it. And Fox does beautifully. Gets himself out of trouble there, but gets it only as far as the handball carries to Angus Smith. Angus Smith mops it up and gets it over to Simpson. Simpson brings it down the wing. They're posting half forward line, but Jai Sheen mops it up again. And again gets it off to Mitch Stokes, who's had plenty of the ball in this first quarter. But this kick smothered on the mark there. Well done there by Gemmell. Now, Woori Yallock had the ball in hand. A kick over the head's eventual by them. But it's Upwey Tecoma who mops it up. Oscar Simpson with another intercepting mark. He's had a good 2-minute patch here, Oscar Simpson. Simpson goes wide to Smith. Smith puts it inside 450. Going to mark be taken. No, it's just going to get over the top. Is someone going to be there to get the crubs? But no, it's going to trickle over the boundary line for a boundary throw. In about 35 and Woori Yallock's home. So the boundary umpire makes his way around. Ball's thrown into play here. Atala gets the tap down from out the back, trying to get a clearing kick with Jackson Waters, but it just goes up. It's a bit of an up and under and travels nowhere, so Atala grabs it and just decides to barrel it out of there. Gets a bit of distance forward, but Simpson again, there he is. Gets a handball at the back now, another kick inside 450. Can a mark be taken for Woori Yallock? No, it can't. An intercepting mark taken there by Upwey Tecoma. So he sets their options now and try to come wide. Looking for the teammate Shenzi. Can he hold the mark? Yes, he can. Can play on if he wants to, and somewhat does, and goes short and finds Pompeach. Pompeach has a teammate wide in Mackay here and uses him. Really tucked up on the boundary line here, though, right in front of us. So they bring it inboard. That's a beautiful kick to Jackson Waters. Jackson Waters has a further run off half-back. Now they can open up the ground here. One bounce for Sheehan. Puts it inside forward 50. Not to Richards West's advantage, but using his body. But he's going to give a free kick away for pushing the back. The kick just was not to his advantage. Richards West found himself playing from behind. It just had to go over the top. But now Woori Yallock look to bring it inside 450. They work their way up the ground to centre half forward. Can a mark be taken? Yes, they can, but it's Upwey Tecoma again with Ben Watson taking the intercepting mark. Now an interesting punch there by Gemmell. But now they try and get a handball out. It's inside 450. Gemmell there. He's going to get a free kick for a high contact free. He's going to get a high contact free kick for a chance to line up for his first and Woori Yallock second. It's an interesting start to this game. It was Upwey Tecoma all over Woori Yallock in the early stages of this game, coming out and kicking the first 3 goals of the game. Woori Yallock did respond with a goal of their own, and since then it's been pretty even as Woori Yallock looked to go line up for their second goal of the game. Kicks on its way by Gemel. Distance is no problem. Accuracy with a question, and it's straight through the middle. They have their second. So they only trail by 6 points now. The ball comes back to the middle. So just mark down the goal kickers as well. The ball's thrown up. Monkhurst went early, but still manages to get the tap down from down below. Coming off and trying to meeting it was Harvey Smith, but it's Upwey Tecoma who can use the back door here. Jackson Waters goes with the underground handball, and it does work, but a big tackle is laid there. The umpire's going to pin him for holding the ball. Laying the tackle there on Jack Murray, unable to get the handball out correctly. The umpire's going to pin it. So they go inboard. Is that kick okay? Looking for Zach Monkhurst. Really had to stretch out forward. Now they go. Couple of handballs over the top, Upwey Tecoma, and they've got a couple of runners out wide. Here they go up the middle of the ground. Now they decide to come even wider. Mackay's there. Can't quite get it, but Bacaro bursting his way through. Can he pick the ball up cleanly? Will he get an in the back free kick? No, umpire says play on, but still manages to go in and fight for it. But he's going to be pinned for holding the ball. So is it going to be Smith or Simpson who takes it? And it is going to be Simpson. So Simpson has had a good second half of this first quarter. Goes over the top to Williams. Umpire. No. Williams goes over the top to Basoli. The kick just misses. Burrows mops it up straight away. Goes in wide looking for Fox. Fox picks it up, gets a handball to Park Jenkinson. Just gets his handball away as he's met with a strong tackle by Joel Adams. Now the kick inside. Can it be... It's going to be a high contact free kick, and it's going to go the way of Upwey Tecoma, who can line up for their 4th goal of this quarter. And it's going to be Park Jenkinson, young up-and-coming star for them. Park Jenkinson will line up for his first of the afternoon. He's opting for the snap, goes around his body, and no problems at all. He snaps it through. It's their 4th goal, of the quarter in the game. They stretch the lead out to 12 points now. Park Jenkinson with his first of the afternoon. The ball's being brought back to the middle now. The ball's thrown back up now. No ruck getting the tap, but Monkhurst gets it on the way down and gets the clearing kick away, but it's going to be intercepted. Upwey Tecoma can look to go back inside 450 through the vice-captain Sheehan. Sheehan looks for Park Jenkinson. He's in a foot race now against Williams. Park Jenkinson does get a tap out, trying to knock it in front of him for his advantage, but it has made its way across the boundary line for a boundary throw-in on the far side of the ground. We'd like to thank our game day sponsors for today as well. Hillsville Greyhounds, local footy hub, Pettis Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Surprise, and Game Face Vision. As it kicks wide. Now they look to go forward here through Ben Monkhurst. Monkhurst goes inboard. Unable to hold the mark there was his brother Zach Monkhurst. Now they can try and mop it up here, Upwey Tecoma. And they get a kick moving forward. But again, Oscar Simpson with another intercept mark. Played a beautiful first quarter off this halfback, and I think I may have jinxed him because he's now turned it over to Fox. Fox puts it in ball, looking for Richards West. Has really made him work. He's in a 2-on-2. Gets a handball out the back and a snap across from the skipper. Costas! Just going to be punched over for a minor score. So just minor score added to their score. 4-2-26 leads 2-1-13. They go wide to Williams. Williams wheels around straight away and puts it inside 450. Now they've got it in their hands. Handball over the top, looking for a teammate in Gemmell. He's already kicked one today, but he's unable to take it cleanly as it's knocked forward deep inside the 450. Here's Woori, Upwey Tecoma. Opt to just go away was, I believe that was, a mystery 27, and he's just rushed it through for a minor score. Interesting tactic that you don't see much these days, even at local footy level. But nonetheless, Woori moved to 2-2-14. So playing on now and going long down the line. Can it might be taken? Atala tries to makes a contest, taps it down, but it's Williams. He goes in and picks the ball up, gives it across to Ben Monkhorst, gives it back to Williams. Williams then goes backwards to Simpson. Unable to hold the mark, but he has time to go back and gather it. Can he pick it up cleanly? No, he can't. With the pressure coming in hard from Mackay. Now it is Richards West, boot on the ball, stuck towards goal, and it goes through for a minor score. So a couple, after piping him up, a couple of worrying moments and pressure moments, mistakes there for Oscar Simpson. Has had plenty of the ball though. Ben Monkhorst now just puts an up and under ball down the wing. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a free kick for an over-the-top free kick, and there is the siren to end the quarter. So to end the quarter, it is Upwey Tecoma who lead 4-3-27 to 2-2-14. It's an interesting quarter. Upwey Tecoma looked to dominate very early on, coming out, kicking the first 3 goals. Woori responded with one of their own, and ever since there, it's been pretty even. But I would say Upwey Tecoma are looking especially better going inside 450, because later in the game, although Woori went inside 450, but they couldn't get it past that middle cleanly. So it'll be interesting to watch going into this second quarter. So they make breakaway to their line groups now. Just reassess themselves the quarter time bag, ready to really attack the second quarter. Kicked one as well. So before we get into the action, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today: Hillsville Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Petter Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, and Game Face Vision. As always, if you're watching this is the exclusive match to the Local Footy Hub, so make sure you download the Local Footy Hub app so you can get all your game day stats, statistics, fixtures, news, match reports, you name it. It's all there, all in the one app. So make sure you download that app so you don't miss out on anything that comes out as we start this second quarter action starting now. And it's in the middle of the ground, and it's Riley Monkhorst trying to get the ball away here. Now it's at centre half forward. Ball at the bottom of the pack, going in hard with Angus Smith. The umpire's going to call for the ball to be balled up. The ball's balled up here. Kai gets the tap down, but it's Williams who mops it up. Gets the handball over to Arnold. Arnold puts a high up and under ball inside forward. 50 going early, but unable to hold the mark was Marsh. Angus Smith goes in and gets it. Gets a handball out to Williams. Breaks the tackle Williams and gives a handball off to the running player who has a shot on goal. Kick towards goal, and Yallock had the first of the second quarter. I think that might have been Kane Thompson from the defence. Matter of fact, it was Kane Thompson. So running off half back and pushing forward to kick a goal there. So Woori with the first of the second quarter as the ball's thrown back up into play. Mackay again wins the tap down. Going after it though, chasing his Angus Smith. He's probably knocked off the ball a bit and he's going to get a free kick. And he wheels and plays on straight away. Puts it inside forward 50. Can a mark be taken? No, not by the Woori, but an intercepting mark is taken beautifully there by number 27. He comes wide and finds Park Jenkinson. Park Jenkinson plays on, has a bounce, then kicks along down the wing. Kennemar be taking the full line. Taylor's gone forward and he's given away a free kick for chopping of the arms. It's going to come back to Woori. And recipient of this free kick will be Jacob Atchison. Atchison brings it inboard to Basoli. Basoli brings a short one to Williams. Williams again goes wide, finds Hurley. Hurley plays on immediately and puts a kick inside 450, looking for Zach Moncourse. It's gone over the top of him and a beautiful punch over the back. Can it kick? And they go off the ground, and they found Park Jenkinson all on his own at half back. He runs again, has another bounce, kicks along down the wing. Thought it was going to be cut off there by Riley Moncourse, but it wasn't. It's gone over his head, and Spencer Richards-West gets it, brings it inboard, and he's done that well to Mackay, who started this quarter in the ruck. McKay goes long, wide. Now a kick inside 450. Atala on the lead has it. He's looking around, so I don't know if he's very confident about the distance. So he'll have to kick this all of 50. He was assessing his options when he was walking back, but now he's backing himself in here. Going for his routines. See Mitch Arnold down there having a talk to the bench as well. From the ground. But Atala begins his approach. Kicks probably just... It's way offline, and as a matter of fact, it's going to miss everything. So they'll gather the ball back here. Joel Smith will be the recipient in his 100th game here, and he plays on, comes wide. Finds Robbie Allen. Allen comes wide to Arnold. Arnold handball over the top, does that well. And now they can get it back here. Williams, beautiful blind turn, fends off the tackle, then kicks it long down the line, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Did all the hard yards, but Justin couldn't keep the disposal. They bring it wide to Sheehan. Sheehan goes backwards to find Oscar Miles. Miles goes wide. Kick hasn't met the target. I think it might go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. No, it doesn't. Doing well there with Jack Murray to keep the ball back into play, but he's met with pressure oncoming pressure, and he's forced over the boundary line for a boundary throwing down there at half forward for Woori Yallock. So the ball's thrown back into play here. Monkhurst uses his strength and grabs the other ruck, gets the handball down. There's a kick inside 450 now. It's gone over the head of Sheen, who was looking to try and get underneath it to intercept Mark, but was unable to. It's gone over his head for a boundary throw in deep inside the 450 here for Woori Yallock. Woori Yallock with the only goal of the quarter so far. The ball's thrown into play. There's a free kick coming out of the ruck. Which way is it going? It's going the way of Upwey Tecoma. Is it? No, it's going Woori Yallock's way. I thought I saw a hand pointing that way. It's going to go to Basoli. So it must have been something in the stoppage. And he's virtually directly in front here of a 25-metre kick. So he should be able to just about ride him down for a goal here. But Basoli, in he comes. This is for the second goal of the quarter. To bring it back within 1 point. Kick is on its way, and kick is no problems at all. 1 point the difference now. 4-2-26 to 4-3-27. Basoli with his first of the afternoon. So Woori Yallock coming out and really responding after Upwey Tecoma having the better of that first quarter. They bring it back into 1 point. The ball is back in the middle of the ground to be balled up. Mackay will continue the ruck. This ball's away as Monkhurst gets the clearing kick, gets it to centre half forward, but it's going to be turned over here. And Fox is chasing after him to shoot. Can he get it cleanly? But gets a handball to Mackay. He goes, gets around one. Couldn't get around the second tackle, but they still got it. Park Jenkinson puts a long kick inside forward. 50 Baccaro's there. Richards-West is there, but intercepting that is Robbie Allen. Allen goes to Monkhurst. Ben. So Ben Monkhurst has a look at his options and decides he just has to go back to Allen. Allen has a look around, brings it inboard, back to Monkhurst. So they're playing kick to kick at the moment, these two. Now Monkhurst goes, puts a beautiful, matter of fact, over to Angus Smith, who plays on, puts a kick inside to centre half forward. They've brought it back into the middle of the ground now. Basoli puts it inside 450 and it's a beautiful kick. You're finding Christian Cameron. Cameron lining up for his first look of the afternoon. So Cameron begins his approach. Will kick this all 45 on a tight angle. Kick is on its way. Probably just going to fall short. Can it be marked in the goal square? No, it's going to be punched over for a minor score. So scores are now even down here at Woori Yallock Recreation Reserve in the second quarter. It's up by Tecoma. Look to bring the ball back into play here to try and get some dominance back on the game that they had in the first quarter. Up the middle they go. And they've made it all the way to the centre circle. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. McKay looks for his runners off half-back. Nothing really there, so he looks around. They go wide to Shenzi. Shenzi brings it back to McKay. McKay told to move the ball on now and just has to go short over the top. Covering the ground really well here, Woori Yallock. Not really allowing any exits. They've had to bite off a kick they probably didn't want to take, but they've done it well in the end. Getting it over to Gamley. Gamley puts a kick wide inside forward. Looking for Richard West, but it's going to be easily cut off there by the opposing defender and Joel Adams. And they go wide. And they bring it back inboard. So Allen brings it back inboard to Basoli, back to Monkhurst. Monkhurst comes wide looking for Arnold, who might have to fly here. That he does, and he does beautifully. Grabs it, then plays on automatically. Puts it inside, deep inside, 450 a mark coming out the back. Yes, it is. Beautiful play there by Mitch Arnold. Slowing up here with Alex Marsh. Looking to kick his first of the afternoon. Marsh begins his approach. Slight angle. Kick it's on its way and it's straight through the middle. Woori Yallock have now hit the front. 5-3-33 to 4-3-27. Really starting to dominate this second quarter. Alex Marsh with his first of the afternoon. So just trying to gather the ball. It's gone far back now. So the umpire's waiting for the ball to come back. Still searching for it. Could be a bit of a long wait here. Still not able to find the ball. So a new ball's been brought in. So we should be right to go now. We haven't been able to find the up. Oh, as we do that, I'm pretty sure we found the upper ball as well, by the looks of it. So it's going to be brought back in the middle here to resume play. Monkhurst against Atala coming into the ruck now for Upwey Tecoma. Started this quarter forward after starting the game in the ruck. So ball's thrown up. Monkhurst gets the tap down. Can Woori Yallock try and go forward again, or Upwey Tecoma get the response? Upwey Tecoma get the clearing kick, only as far as Monkhurst though. Monkhurst goes to Williams. Williams brings it into the middle to Riley Monkhurst, who's unable to hold the mark, but he manages to go back and get it himself. Brings it in to Harvey Smith. Harvey Smith puts it inside forward. 50. Can a mark be taken? No. Basoli is there to try and mop it up. Unable to take it cleanly, and it is Upwey Tecoma trying to get out of this safely. Can they get the clearing kick? Yes, they do, and it's down. It's going to be a down the field, or well, a free kick. It's going to be downfield. Yeah, it's going to be a downfield free kick going the way of Richards West. He goes to Park Jenkinson. Park Jenkinson brings it wide to Burrows. Burrows plays on, then goes into the middle of the ground looking for a Tala. Unable to hold the mark. Probably a little bit of pressure applied there by Ray. Enough to force the turnover. So here go Woori Yallock, a kick to no one in particular, but it's now inside their forward 50. Can they try and lock it in here? Hurley's in pursuit, trying to lay the tackling pressure, but Upwey Tecoma get out of there. Murray unable to hold the mark, so it's going to be a boundary throw in on the other side of the ground. At about half forward there for Woori Yallock. The ball's thrown into play. Monkhurst gets the tap down looking for Williams. Hurley is there as well. But he's tackled by Park Jenkinson. Then Atala goes in and gets the handball out. Park Jenkinson goes to Waters. Waters goes down the line. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Richards West is there, but it's knocked out of his hands. Then going and get it was Monkhurst. He's tackled by Richards West, but gets the handball away. But here they go to Upwey Tecoma. Sends it inside 450. Picaro's in the area. Ball's at the bottom of the pack. Can they get the clear handball out there? Monkhurst gets the ball, but he's tackled by Costas. Hurley gets it, but his kick is smothered, then immediately allows a tackle, but he's going to give away a high contact free kick for a shot on goal here for Upwey Tecoma. So Upwey Tecoma will look to kick their first of this quarter. In they come. Kicks on its way. It's not going to quite make the distance. Can it be mark on the line? Yes, it can. McKay, who's pushed forward after starting this quarter in the ruck, has marked this tucked in the pocket. So we'll be interested to see what type of kick he opts to go here. And he looks like he's gone the banana. And that he is. So he plays on. Bananas towards goal, and he's just going to go through for a minor score. So 5-3-33 Woori Yallock lead Upwey Tecoma's 4-4-28. Every Friday night you can catch Aiden and Steph on the Outer East Footy Show for all your news, all your breaking news, fixtures and predictions down there. They don't miss a beat, so make sure you tune in every Friday night to hear them via the Outer East Instagram, Facebook, and local footy hub as well. As an inboard kick comes into Williams. Williams goes over. Gets Angus Smith. Smith gives it back to Williams. And then goes over the top. Kick's probably just going to miss him, and Sheehan does well to punch it away. Riley Monkhurst is in the area. Matter of fact, it was Zach Monkhurst. Williams now gets it back, puts a kick inside 450 and finds Marsh. So Williams starting to gather plenty of the ball now. So now in they come here. Kick tucked on the boundary. Marsh. It's going to go across the face, but can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. They appeal for in the back, but they're not going to get it, and they play on to try and bring it back into the middle of the ground. They've done that well to Cody Basoli. So about 15 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter. Geez, that's flying quick as Woori Yallock has dominated most of the play. Yet to kick a goal this quarter, Upwey Tecoma. Woori have 3. Basoli to try and add number 4. And that he does. Basoli has his second of the afternoon. And Woori skip out to an even further lead of 13 points. No, sorry, 11 points. So how will Upwey Tecoma respond here? Ball's in the middle of the ground now. As the ball's thrown up. Tapped down one there by Zach Monkhurst, who's gone in the ruck now. And a kick inside forward 50 here. Can they add another one? Woori Yallock picking it up there and spinning out of trouble with Ray. Puts it inside 450 and getting it out the back. Can we get another one here? Got to take it cleanly, but he's running into the post, so it's going to be a minor score. Getting out the back was Christian Cameron. Unable to take it cleanly. They go short to our mystery 27. Go wide. It's on the far side of the ground. Hurley gets a handball over to Arnold. So the umpire calls for the ball to be balled back up at the far side of the ground. Nearly into red time for this quarter. Getting the tap down, Monkhurst. Now it's inside forward. 50 can mark be taken, but it's taken by Oscar Miles. If you want to get your reserves, under 19s, or even your women's side games filmed, make sure you contact Gameface Vision to find out about how you can do that as the kick goes down the line. And Upwey Tecoma can try and get some momentum going inside forward 50. So a long kick down the line, but to no one in particular, and it's just going to be easily intercepted by Simpson. He goes wide to Monkhurst. Then brings it inboard. Finds Thompson. Back to Monkhurst. Monkhurst goes wide. Trying to be clever and knocking it on was Ray. Trying to knock it on to Hurley, but it didn't quite sit the way he would have wanted to. It was smart thinking though, but now Park Jenkinson has it on the far wing. Park Jenkinson plays on, looks for his runners, and he's got one. Now handball over the top. Have they run himself into trouble here? A long kick inside 450. Tyler stands himself underneath it. And we'll have his second look of this quarter. So Tyler comes in. Kick towards goal. And it's all the way through. So he has his first. And Upwey Tecoma have their response. Their first of the quarter. Ball makes its way back to the middle of the ground now. 19 minutes gone this quarter. Tap down now. Upwey Tecoma look to go back inside 450. Long kick looking for Vaccaro. Unable to hold the mark. And getting a handball over the top. Monkhurst. But now Upwey Tecoma have it back in Schnenzy. Schnenzy puts it inside 450. Atala again parks this up underneath it. Didn't quite get it on the second grab. And now Woori Yallock try to retreat to Thompson. Can he pick it up cleanly? Yes, he can. Swipes one tackle, but can't get around the second. And it's going to come back to Sean Gamley. Gamley brings it inboard to Park Jenkinson, who's played well. Schnenzy goes it now on the boundary. He puts a kick inside 450, looking for a 3-on-1, and Atala tries his best to make it contest. It's inside 450 now. Picara's in the region. He lays a strong tackle as the umpire going to blow his whistle to ball this one up. Bit going on after the ball as well. So, ball will be thrown up here. Zach Monkhurst gets the tap down. Picking up is Ben Monkhurst, goes for a handball over the top, but it's Upwey Tecoma who get the ball back in pursuit, but somehow Angus Smith managed to get it in amongst that motion. And it's made its way over to the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Probably a good 5 to 8 minutes left to go in this quarter. This ball's thrown back into play. Tap down one by McKay. And spinning out in trouble and putting inside 450 with Sam Murray. Gets it to Vaccaro. Vaccaro looks to snap it, but just hit the wrong side of his boot. It's gone through for a minor score. Kicked 2 in the first. Vaccaro hasn't kicked 1 this quarter though. Margin now 5.6440 to 5.535. Going the way of the home team, Woori Yallock. Woori Yallock go wide, but it's going to be intercepted here by Jack Murray. Murray brings it inboard and he does that well in the end. I thought it was going to fall short. Mackay manages to get it all right. Sees a runner, try to give it to him, but then doesn't, and then tries to kick it forward, but he's applied with pressure. So now the kick kind of goes nowhere to the other side of the ground, and Woori Yallock have the ball in hand now. They look to go forward through Williams. Gets a kick over the top to Cameron. Cameron immediately wheels around, puts it deep inside 450. Applying a good spoil there was Cody Maloney of Upwey Tecoma, but could get out the back here. Woori Yallock look to try and mop it up deep inside their forward 50. The umpire's going to blow his whistle for a ball up. The ball's thrown back up now. Gets it around. Here's Schnetzny. Goes wide. But it's Mitch Arnold now who has it. Goes backwards. Gives a handball out that releases Jack Coletti. Umpire says not 15 play on, so they have to go back to Angus Smith. Angus Smith goes inboard, but to Thompson, but they said that's not 15 either. So Thompson wheels around, puts it towards goal, and it's going to be punched over for a boundary throw in. Zach Monkos appealing for the holding free kick. The umpire didn't agree, so it's going to go through for a minor score. 6-5-41 leads 5-5-35 deep into this second quarter, about to end the first half. They go wide up, let it come into a 2-on-1 situation. Interesting decision. Now, Woori Yallock bring it back inboard. Trying to mop it up there. We're Upwey Tecoma now. Snap towards goal. How's this looking? It's going to go through for a minor score. So both teams kicking a few behinds now. Woori Yallock doing it late. Upwey Tecoma did them early. So they'll look to bring the ball back into play here. Upwey Tecoma. They go wide, looking for Richards West, who's had strong hands all day, and this is no different. He brings it wide, kick down the line. Zach Monko's almost watched it up. Here's Joel Smith in his 100th, picks it up, has a look around, then uses his hands, but that's smothered. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for the day: Hillsville Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Pettis Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, and Game Face Vision. Thank you for all those sponsors for sponsoring this vision and the competition. As the balls look to be thrown back into play here. Zach Monkers, McKay. It's going to be a holding free kick, but which way is it going? It was going the way of Woori Yallock, so Angus Smith plays on, takes the advantage, and now it gets it inside 450, but it's going to be a free kick going the way of Upwey Tecoma. Was Ben Matthews. Now they're in the middle of the ground, but Ben Monkhurst gets it and bursts forward, goes wide, sees something he likes, and there's the siren. I think the siren might have beat him. Umpire disagrees. It was a tight one. So just trying to gather it. They'll have to kick this all of 55 metres. Oh, no. Umpire says no. The siren did beat you. So that's the end of the first half. Half-time scoreboard here. Woori Yallock 6-6-42 lead. Upwey Tecoma 5-5-35. Woori Yallock really coming out and responding after a slow start, with Upwey Tecoma surprising them on the jump with the first 3 goals of the game. But it is Woori Yallock who have control of this game now, leading it by 7 points down here at Woori Yallock Recreation Reserve. As they'll look to go into their main break. They'll probably make their way inside now, although they are doing it very slowly, so I'm not quite sure. Woori Yallock look like they nearly want to stay out in the ground. Upwey Tecoma half making their way off. Unless they're just getting their final message before they go off. But that's going to conclude the first half of this game. Stay tuned as we join you back for the second half action in this 7-point game. Sure to be a good one. See you guys then. Nearly just about ready to get started in the second half action between Woori Yallock and Upwey Tecoma down here at Woori Yallock Recreation Reserve. Before we start off the second half, we would just like To thank our game day sponsors for today, Healesville Greyhound, Circle Footy Hub, Pettis Suspension, Braggs Architectural Cladding Supplies and Game Face Vision. And speaking of local footy hub, make sure you do download the app to gather all your streams like this for 2 games a week for Outer East, the match of the round, and this exclusive one. All your game day streams from 6 different leagues, stats, fixtures, results, news, match reports, you name it, it's all there in the one app. So make sure you download that so you don't miss out on anything as the umpire holds the ball up. Ready to resume the second half action, and Riley Monkhurst gets the kick out, moves it to half forward, but it's now Upwey Tecoma with ball in hand. They look to go wide, but it's going to be mopped up if he can take it cleanly in Rory Ray, and yes he does, and chugs himself out of one tackle, then feeds some Keenan, gets around one, then gets around another tackle, then Gumley gets it over the top. Now they go wide to Basoli, kick 2 in the first half, can he make it 3? No, it's going to be knocked over the boundary. Knocked over for a minor score. So good start here for Woori Yallock. It's Upwey Tecoma. Have a look around. They go wide. Looking for Spencer Richards-West, but doing well there and taking the intercept mark with Atchison. He gets it inside forward 50. Now kicking long and deep. Hurley's out on his own here. Can the bounce favour him? No, it doesn't. Miles comes in and applies the pressure. Then manages to knock it over the boundary line for a boundary throw. It's just unlucky that the bounce did not favour Hurley there because he had all this time in the world. Worked hard to get out into space. Don't know how he got that much space so deep inside forward 50, but the bounce just did not favour him as the ball's thrown back into play now. Zach Monkhurst this time gets the tap down, gives the handle over to Thompson. There's a whistle. Which way is it going? It's going the way of Upwey Tecoma. It's going to come back into the hands of Ben Matthews, who's the recipient of this free kick. He goes away to Park Jenkinson, who played a brilliant first half. Plenty of the ball in and under, providing plenty of run as well. Park Jenkinson comes wide looking for Richards-West. It might be a little too wide. How's the umpire going to see this? They're appealing for the mark, but the umpire disagrees. I think Richards-West thinks it's a mark too. Richards-West is not happy, so now they're going to have a talk with the boundary. Upwey Tecoma bench and Richards-West are not happy. Ball thrown back into play. Atala gets it from the back, but then he's met with a big, strong tackle by Riley Monkhurst. Now the ball's thrown up. Williams gets out of trouble and then gets a handle over the top to the running gem who's got 1 goal already. Gives a handle to Basoli for number 3. Just doesn't get in. That's 2 that have just missed narrowly for Basoli in this second half. Kicking 2 in the first. Really unable to put their foot on the throat here. Could have had 2 goals early to extend the lead out to 19 points, but at the moment it is 9 points. And there's a free kick downfield. A bit going on behind the ball. There's been a bit of a swing here. It could be on here actually. Could be a card coming out here. Yellow cards and me off through. I believe that's 15 or 20 minutes off the ground. Can be replaced though. Interesting. I didn't quite gather it, but it looked like it was almost like a swinging arm backwards. So this game could heat up a bit after that as well. We'll keep a close eye on it. Just trying to gather which number it is that has come off. Didn't quite see. But as play resumes, Upwey Tecoma go forward. Go to Mitch Arnold. Matter of fact, they had the ball and went backwards. Mitch Arnold has it in the defensive 50. Kick long down the line. Can be taken. Miles slides from the back. Gets a punch, but Hurley gathers it and kicks a long kick up and under. And he's got it to the middle of the ground to Christian Cameron. Cameron goes inside forward 50, but it's gone well over the head of Alex Marsh. Now it comes wide. Upwey Tecoma, look, this could be cut off here. No, taking a nice strong mark out in front. There was Cody Maloney for Upwey Tecoma. Maloney at half back. Opts to just go short this kick. They hope the bounce favours them, and it does, because it did fall short. Now they come wide and play on automatically off half-back. And this is a beautiful kick. This is going to work out nicely to Snrs. He gets it inside to top of the 50. It's Richards West, who's had strong hands all day. Richards West puts it inside 450. A bit of a mungle kick looking for Costas. And it just come off the side of his boot. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. So Joel Smith comes wide to Ben Monkhurst. Monkhurst, couple present, couple short options. Nothing really tickled his fancy, so he's opted to just go for the old long down the line. Miles is going to fly from behind. It takes a really good athletic mark coming from behind. So Miles puts it back inside 450. Bacaro now, 2 in the first half. Snap towards goal. It's just hit the wrong side of the boot. And it's going to go, it's a drop mark there by Allen. And it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in, deep in the pocket for Upwey Tecoma. The umpire to throw this ball back into play here. Boy, Monkhurst gets the tap forward. Williams hits the handball to Monkhurst. Monkhurst goes even wider. Now they go from Mitch Arnold. Mitch Arnold uses a link up there. Joel Adams now has a look around. Then brings it back in ball to Mitch Arnold with his sidestep. Gets around the player in front of him. Now kicks it forward, but Miles is there again. Started this second half really well. A couple of intercepting marks. He goes short to a Taylor. And Taylor then goes wide. So now they have on the boundary line. Kick down the line to the top of the 50, looking for Richards West. Has 2 to beat. And Jordan Williams is too good. Takes the mark in front, gets it moving inboard to Basoli. Can't quite hang it. The kick just had a little bit too much on it, but Oscar Simpson mops it up to Joel Smith. Joel Smith over the top of Basoli. Basoli puts it to the top of the 50, looking for Zach Monkhurst. Couldn't quite hang on to it. And Upwey Tecoma now looking for a clearing kick. Gavin is Jackson Waters. Waters comes wide. Can a mark be taken? No. Chopping. It's going to be a free kick to Sam Murray against Joel Smith. So Murray wheels around, brings the kick in to Bacaro, manages to hold on, immediately plays on, puts it deep inside 450. Richards West is out the back. Great strong mark there by Monkhurst. Matter of fact, it's Robbie Allen. 2 with a shaved head. As they go wide. Great intercepting work by Robbie Allen. To Joel Adams. Joel Adams plays on to Williams. He's had a chunk of the ball. Williams over the top. Again, he's going to get it back. That's 3 times in that passage. General takes it on, but he's tackled straight away, and I think that's going to come off the play and go out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So the boundary umpire to gather this ball. Throw it back in. 7.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. The ball's thrown back into play. Monkhurst tapped down. Joel Adams chases after it. He gets a kick off the ground. But diving in and gathering it is Jackson Waters, but then has his kick smothered. It's going to be another boundary thrown on the far side of the ground. Under the former under pressure sign. So Monkhurst gets front position. No ruck. Gets the real tap there. So Sheen gathers the ball, puts it inside 450. Richards West parks himself. Coming from the side, McKay, and it's gone wide. And a tackle is laid by Joel Smith. Really good tackle. The top of the 50 there for Upwey Tecoma. And the umpire's going to call for the ball to be balled up about 52 from home for Upwey Tecoma. So the ball thrown back up. Tapped down. Won by Upwey Tecoma. Now they're inside 450 now, but not going anywhere. Ball thrown back up. Riley Monkhurst gathers it, then goes wide. Unable to find the running play there in Christian Cameron. So the umpire to throw this ball back into play here. Tap down by Riley Monkhurst. So go wide. There they go even wider, and then they bring it back in ball through Thompson. Chop towards goal, but it's going to be a free kick. So don't mind that he was off target there, because it's going to come back to him to have a shot on goal. So kick towards goal off the boot. It's going to go through for a minor score there. So a couple chances missed for Woori Yallock to really extend the lead out. So the lead stands at 10 points. So the door is still very much open for Upwey Tecoma here to try and even gather the lead before the three-quarter time break. They go a long kick and flying high as Allen fires over Miles. He brings it back inside 450. Doing well here. Harvey Smith gets it over to Monkhurst. They go wide. Now in the hands of Ray. Ray puts it inside 450, but intercepting mark by Park Jenkinson. Park Jenkinson immediately plays on and goes short to Waters. Waters also plays on, goes to Miles. Matter of fact, it's Murray. Ball at the far side of the ground, looking to be thrown back into play here. Ball thrown back into play. Riley Monkhurst gets the tap down there for Woori Yallock, but Upwey Tecoma is the ones who come out with the ball. They try to get a handball over the top looking for Fox. He's met with a big hip and shoulder. Burrows is there trying to get it out. Park Jenkinson goes in hard, then he's met with a strong tackle. Seems to be a ball up in play. Park Jenkinson just holding his head slightly. Might be one to watch. Ball's thrown back up. Riley Monkhurst gets the tap down. Trying to gather the ball here. No real team able to pick up the ball. So Ben Monkhurst comes up and tidies up the work. Shrugs off a few tackles there. Then goes wide. He gets it. Oh no, I thought he was going to get it back on the stream here. Now they bring it inboard. Kicks just falling short of Zach Monkhurst. And mopping it up there. Doing well with Ben Watson. Gets the handball over the top now. Upwey Tecoma can try, but the kick is just missed to Watson. So Jordan Williams gets around one tackle, then gets a handball over to the ruckman, Riley Monkhurst. Monkhurst comes wide, looking for Hurley. Unable to hold the mark, but he'll go again. And then he's managed to go the tackle and try and go again, but it's going to be a handball now to Baccaro. Has he run into trouble? Yes, he has. Tracking back Coletti. Can't pick it up cleanly now. It's inside the 450. Upwey Tecoma. Tala goes in, tries to spin out of trouble, but Coletti goes again. Fox is in the region. So is Baccaro. Hurley met with a big strong tackle by Baccaro. And Simpson not happy with the treatment. It's going to be a dangerous tackle. It's going to be a stop and play here. Very slow to get up. So we'll just have to wait and play here. So again, very slow to get up. Now he's up. Looking very dazed. It's good to see him up on his feet. So he's very slow to get off the ground here. Looks very, very sore. So it's going to be a free kick going back to Jordan Williams. Now play will resume. Williams goes laterally. Interesting kick because this could go to Fox. It's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Ball's thrown back into play here. Rolling Monkhurst against Atala. Monkhurst gets the tap down now. Handball inside 450. Upwey to Tecoma can go. Richards West can park himself in the square. Goes early with the lead. Baccaro has his snap smothered. Atala gives a handball, but he's missed the target of Fox. And it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Boundary forming. Now, big tackle is laid there. Another tackle. Players appealing for holding the ball. They're not quite getting it. It's the umpire. Blows his whistle. Stop play. So we'll just gather. I'll go over the scoreboard here. What are we looking at? Because obviously I can't see. 16 minutes gone in this third quarter. Angus Smith gets the kick out. So it's going to be turned over. So Upwey Tecoma can look to go back inside 450. Now wide. Richards West meets it and attacks it. Tries to knock it onto their advantage. Going in and getting doing well. Stokes, but he's met with a strong tackle there. And now Woori Yallock mop it up. Good tackle by Coletti. Interesting kick. It's going to be a free kick against them. I believe that might be Harvey Smith. Yes, it is. He goes to Angus Smith. Now they go wide. Up the middle. More inboard. Williams applies a strong tackle on McKay. And they get the handball over the top on the turnover to Jamili. And now they get the kick moving forward. And it's a mark taken inside 450 by Christian Cameron. Yet to kick a goal today, but he's had a couple of chances. Been lively down the forward line. So he'll look to line for his first goal of the afternoon. And to try and extend the lead out to 16 points in favour of Woori Yallock. So Cameron kicked on its way. Wait for the old clear, and it's a goal. So he has his first of the afternoon. That Woori Yallock extend their lead out to 16 points. 7-9-51 leads 5-5-35. So a couple of chances today. Christian Cameron, good to see him finally put away one. See how they make their way into the middle. Back into the middle of the ground. Just waiting for the umpires. This ball's thrown back up. McKay gets the tap down to Park Jenkinson. Jenkinson tries to explode away but has his kick slightly smothered. Now coming in and get it. Basoli gets a handball out to Coletti. Coletti, nice stabbing kick forward and reading it well there was Cameron. He gets out the back. Now he has it at the top of the 50. Wheels around. Puts it to the top of the square. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. And it's Jordan Williams inside 450 now. He's played a really good game, and to add a goal to it would add to his magnificent game so far. He's had a chunk of the ball now to put through his first of the afternoon, and that he does. So the lead extends out to 22 points now. After missing a few chances early in this third quarter to really extend the lead out, they've kicked two in concession in quick time. Have Woori Yallock. This ball just making its way back to the middle now. Thrown back up into play. Riley Monkhurst just grabs out of the ruck, then gives the handle over to Thompson. Thompson goes wide to Harvey Smith. Leads out and presents and takes it a half forward. Merely wheels around, puts it inside 450. Here's Williams again. Unable to quite hold the mark, but follows up his work. Then snaps around his body. Can he put through number 2? Bit off target. Marsh. Unable to hold the mark. Now Upwey Tecoma with a clearing kick out. Interesting kick, like an inside-out barrel. Now Atchison is underneath it. Riley Monkhurst taps it down like he was in the ruck again to Joel Smith. Joel Smith over to Harvey Smith. Matter of fact, it was Angus Smith. Gets it to Gemily. Now they see the leading play of Jordan Williams, but the kick just didn't travel as far as they would have liked, and Ben Matthews can intercept this one. Now the ball's in the middle of the ground. Tackle is lay. The umpire going to see this. He's going to blow his whistle. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you download the local Footy Hub app where you can get all your game day streams, news, fixtures, results. Statistics are now on there as well. Match reports, articles, you name it, all in the one app. So make sure you download that app. So now we move the ball forward. Is it staying in play? No, it's going to chug away over to it. And every Friday night on the local Footy Hub app, as well as Outer East Instagram and Facebook, you can catch Aiden and Steph on the Outer East Footy Show, where they talk all the news and big issues that have happened in the round before and coming up into the round. So make sure you tune in to see Aiden and Steph on that one. As balls at the far in the boundary line. We're very well into red time now. 21 minutes gone in this quarter. And it's going to be intercepted by Miles, who just was smart enough to be the one who parked himself back at the square in that stoppage to make sure nothing was getting past him and that it didn't. To Matthews. Matthews has a look around. And then beautifully effort there. Is that Thompson or Marsh? I think it might have been Marsh. Seems 37 or 32. It was Alex Marsh. A beautiful way to read the play in there and come in and affect it with a big spoil. And it allows it to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. McKay taps it down to himself, then grabs it and tries to kick forward. Richards West is there, Ben Monkhurst is there, Bakara is there. Taps it back to Simpson, the bounce favours him. Then decides to go short to Coletti, and yes, it's going to be paid. Coletti comes inboard, sees something like Jamili, who's played a really good game, actually kicked one in the first quarter and been lively, moving up the ground and goes wide to Angus Smith. Angus Smith plays on, has one bounce, then puts a kick inside forward 50, but there is a whistle. And it's going to go the way of Jordan Williams, who will look to kick his second in about 5 minutes. Just to add to his tally, probably a best on-ground performance so far for Jordan Williams, been everywhere. It's the ball. Williams makes his way in for his second, and he's got it. He's got 2. Best on-ground performance so far in this game. Jordan Williams been everywhere, and now he's added 2 in this quarter. And they extend their lead. Woori Yallock really putting their foot on the game now. 28-point lead, 9-9-63, leads 5-5-35. I'd like to thank our game day sponsors for today. Hillsville Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Pettis Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, and Game Face Vision. Thank you all, guys, for sponsoring this game in the season. So you can't do it without your sponsors. It's always good when sponsors get on board. As we see, Woori Yallock really... We're probably shocked with the way Upwey Tecoma jumped out on them. Obviously still a quarter left to go after this, and it's deep into this third quarter, but they would have been shocked how Upwey Tecoma jumped out and kicked the first 3, but since then they've had a lot of control over the game, only allowing them to kick Upwey Tecoma to kick 2 after kicking the first 3 in the game. So it's been a really good performance so far, but never say never. It's only 28 points, so there's still plenty of time for Upwey Tecoma to get on a bit of momentum. If they kick 1 or 2 in this before the end of this quarter, it would make it really interesting going into the last quarter. Even just grab 1, try and get some momentum going back their way. So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. 24 minutes gone. Tap down now. Jackson Waters gets it out of the middle and tries to get a clearing kick. Unable to go very fast, so then a kick thumped on the boot, but Alex Marsh, Jordan Williams still parked himself full forward, looking to try and add a third to his tally. Ben Matthews goes wide. Now they have it on the far side. Upwey Tecoma. Can they pinch one before 3/4 time? So long down the line, keep looking for Richards West. But flying over the back was Monkhurst, but unable to hold the mark. So boundary throw, and what happened? We had 75-80 from home of Upwey Tecoma. The boundary throw will happen here, and it'll be Zach Monkhurst this time going out against Jack McKay. Ball's thrown in. It's probably going to be called back, and that it is. Just for another throw, maybe a couple of steps in even, just to make sure. No, little young fella's backing himself into, just a couple of steps. And gives himself a bit more momentum. That's a better throw. McKay grabs it out of the ruck, then puts it inside 450. Richards West has a 2-on-1 opportunity, but it's got out the back, but he's fallen over. Murray's there, but now they can mock it up. Monkhurst goes wide to Angus Smith. Upwey Tecoma had the ball back in their hand, and it's going to be a holding free kick going the way of Woori, Yallock, and the advantage is no, sorry, I thought that was the advantage signal, but matter of fact, it was a 25-metre signal because it didn't go back to Angus Smith. So Angus Smith wastes no time moving it forward and gets it over to Kane Thompson. Thompson plays on, then goes wide, looking for Williams. Miles comes at it, punches it, but it goes over his head. Now to the bottom of the pack, Miles goes back and gets a really crucial handball to Chesney. Goes wide to Fox. Well done to Oscar Miles there. Did it brilliantly after getting the punch and going back and getting it. Spoiling the ball with Atchison over Baccaro. They get a handball at the top. Will they try and go back to Baccaro? Yes, but it's going to go out of bounds. He's met on the boundary line by Basoli. Some boundary throwing to happen here. The ball's thrown back into play here. Getting the tap down, McKay. Not really leaving it. Park Jenkinson really fighting, trying to get it. And he's got it, but he's met with another tackle by Basoli. I thought he nearly had it. The fight there was all there for Park Jenkinson. Really pleasant to see from the young fella. But then Basoli comes in and stops him in his tracks. So McKay again wins that tap down. Basoli has it, but in pursuit of him for Upwey Tecoma was Lachlan McGill. A big tackle laid on Basoli. And it's going to be a ball up right in front of the Woori bench. As the ball's thrown back up. Tap down, Zach Monkhurst. Clearing kick. Over the top. Now they keep it moving. And now a smothering kick, kicked into the backside of Fox, off Joel Smith's boot. And it's going to be a boundary throw in. This ball is going to be rolled back into play here. Tap over, McKay gets the tap down and gets a handball over to Park Jenkinson. Jenkinson gets it over to Waters. Waters tried to go for a fancy kick, didn't quite work out in his favour, looking for Cody Maloney. But Cody Maloney gets it back, gives a handball over to Stokes. Stokes puts it inside 450. Richards West in the area. Monkhurst coming in and just doing enough to spoil it. And has his partner in crime there, and Robbie Allen. Now help it over the line for a boundary throw in. Deep into the third quarter here. Ball's thrown back up. Tap down. No one really in particular. Waters goes in. He's met with a strong tackle by Zach Monkhurst. A couple of pilling for high. Umpire disagrees. Upwey Tecoma with ball in hand now. Swing around. But big strong tackle by Thompson. And it's holding the ball. So a chance gone begging there for Upwey Tecoma before the end of the quarter. Thompson goes wide. Don't really need to do anything silly here. As we are deep into the quarter, we are just about 29 minutes gone into this quarter. 9-9-63, Woori leading Upwey Tecoma 5-5-35. And they go wide, looking for Mitch Arnold, and he holds it. And there's the siren to end the third quarter, and it is Woori with a convincing lead now of 28 points, 9-9-63, 5-5-35. Could be a lot bigger too, but it was Woori who missed a few chances early in the quarter. It was like 2 in about the first 3 minutes. But then they straightened themselves up and managed to pile on a few more goals late as the quarter went on. So really starting to dominate this game. Be interesting to see what Upwey Tecoma can do coming out, because it looks like Woori have all of control of the game. So by all means, it's not out of question yet. It is a 5-goal difference, but we've seen stranger thing happens. We know when you get on a momentum how quickly goals can come. So that's going to be interesting to see in the last quarter. And it's 3-quarter time, and we'll see you guys after the break to join into this action-packed last quarter. Dial into the last quarter action down here, Woori Recreation Reserve. It is Woori who currently leads this contest by 28 points over Upwey Tecoma. 9-9-63 leads. 5 goals, 5-35. The umpires in the middle of the ground, just about ready to get the 4th quarter and final quarter action under play. So can Upwey Tecoma come out with a bang? There's a tap down there. Atala gets a knock forward. And they move it. Going pretty forward here. Basoli has 2 for the afternoon. Gets the ball moving. So it looks like Woori has come out and picked up where they left off. But Waters tracks it down, taps it forward. And Murray sees it over the line for Upwey Tecoma. A boundary throw in early stages of the last quarter. So the ball's thrown back into play here. Tackle laid by Marsh. I believe it is Marsh Thompson. It's Thompson. Let's get the binoculars out. Riley Monkhurst wins that tap down. Jai Sheen mops it up, shrugs off the tackle, then gets a clearing kick down the line. And a good strong mark, intercepting mark taken by Ben Monkhurst, so he'll send it back inside forward 50. Matter of fact, he goes short and wide to Jamil. Jamil goes long inside 450. Zach Monkhurst is there. Jordan Williams is still there. Dives forward. Unable to quite get it on the second grab. Fighting hard at ground levels. Ray. Handball at the back. Interesting handball. Miles goes in. Knocks it forward. Upwey Tecoma with a short kick to Burrows, and they got it. So Burrows now deep in the back pocket. Opts to switch the play. He's done that well. Handball to the running player here in Matthews. Matthews goes long down the line, but Monkhurst is there again, but unable to hold it this time. Richards West goes to go off the ground. Ineffective though. Then Riley Monkhurst goes and gets a handball over to Basoli, who's met with a strong tackle by Richards West. Now Upwey Tecoma look to go forward through Pomp Beach. Pomp Beach dances around a few, puts it inside 450. Here's Baccaro. Can he light up the last quarter and bring him back in within range? Kick 2 in the first quarter, but hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard since. Baccaro comes in. Kicked his all 40. And he comes. Kick is on his way. Distance is not a problem. And it's straight through the middle. Baccaro has his third. And could this be the start of a comeback for Upwey Tecoma? So Upwey Tecoma with the first of the last. Tecoma and Baccaro. Everything happens. Something always happens, and Baccaro's in the region. He's kicked 3. The margin's back to 22 points in the favour of Woori Yallock. So the ball's thrown up. Tap down to Costas. Now spinning out of traffic, Gamley goes wide looking for Burrows. He's met with a front on by Adams, but then chasing after it, Sheehan. He comes backwards, back to Burrows. Burrows handballs over the top to Park Jenkinson. Park Jenkinson puts it kick towards 450. Palm Beach tries to apply the pressure, coming in from behind with a strong tackle was Fox. Now Burrows has it up at Tecoma. Matter of fact, he fumbled it. Is Park Jenkinson going to get a high contact free kick? I think he probably should have. The umpire was on the wrong side of the contest. So probably a bit stiff for Park Jenkinson. Ball's be thrown up to play McKay. Riley Monkhurst pushes him out of the way, grabs it out of the ruck, then boots it forward looking for Zach. So, as it moves now. Ball's thrown back up. Monkhurst wins the tap down, going hard as the skipper Costas, trying to lighten his team with some momentum here. Trying to put his team on the back, get the forward movement going, get some life back into it. They have kicked the first of the last. But it's Riley Monkhurst who gets the kick inside forward 50, going in, getting and doing well with Stokes. Stokes at the handle to Burrows. Burrows goes wide with whip to Miles. Miles goes over the top. Now to Chesney. Chesney puts it long down the boundary, down the line towards the wing, but it's Oscar Simpson who's intercepted the mark on the wing here. He comes wide to Joel Adams. Adams has Smith longer, but then opts not to. He thought about it for a second. Coletti was directing him there, but stopping them well as Richards West, so he goes short inbound to Basoli. Basoli comes wide. There's a bit going on behind the ball as well as we move it forward. Basoli wasn't happy with the treatment for Richards West after he got the kick away. Ball's thrown back into play. Monkhurst gets the tap down. Thompson just couldn't quite take it cleanly. Monkhurst goes in and gets himself, gets the handball over the top, does that well to Ray. Ray moves it forward. Gives it over to Jamil. Jamil gets the handball moving. Gets it over to Cameron. Shouts for holding the ball and it's given. Park Jenkinson takes the advantage. Gets it immediately to Richards West. Richards West brings it inboard. That's a good looking kick too. This could open the game right up. As Richards West makes his way off the ground, brings it inboard to Murray. Can this kick hit? Yes, it can. Schnezzi. Are they inboard yet? Atala presents. Gets out of the leading space and they go inboard to Baccaro! Here's what I was talking about. Can he light up the last quarter and bring him back to within range? Already has one in this quarter, 3 for the game. This is the type of player who could light up the last quarter and bring it back into the favour of Upwey Tecoma. So Baccaro already has 3 for the afternoon, 1 in this quarter. This is a tougher angle though. We'll kick this all 45. Baccaro. As always, rocking the long sleeves. In he comes. Such an important kick. Every chance counts now. Baccaro. Kick is on its way and it's through for a minor score. So unfortunately, he misses. 9963 leads 6642. We'd like to also thank our game day sponsors for today. Hillsdale Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Pettis Suspension Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies and Game Phase Vision. And also, while they gather the ball too, make sure you download the Local Footy Hub for all your stats, news, articles, match reports, game day results, live streams, just like this one that you're watching now. Local Footy Hub is your one-stop app that you need to be able to watch this. So make sure you get on there and download that app. Also, as they're gathering the ball now, Robbie Allen has it. But the Outer East Footy Show joins Steph and Aiden once a week on all the Outer East socials and also in the Local Footy Hub app as they discuss all the Outer East news and big issues from the round just been and the round coming up too. As Allen brings the ball back in and gets it over to Jake Matthews. He kicks a long kick to the top of the 50 and finds Marsh. Marsh plays on, finds a player he likes and gets it over to him. Zach Monkhurst. So I just can't stress at how important that game, that shot on goal from Baccaro could have been. If Monkhurst goes back and puts this one through, it extends the lead out to 27 and makes it even harder. Monkhurst comes in. Is it going to hold its line? Yes, it does. I don't think he was quite certain at first, but he's held his line and it pushes the lead back out to 27 points in favour of Woori Yallock. 10-9-69, lead 6-6-42. Getting harder and harder Upwey Tecoma now, but we're only early on into this last quarter. As we have a look over here. Just about 9 minutes into this last quarter, so there's still plenty of time. You'd say about close to 20 minutes, so there is time, but you just can't let Woori Yallock, get too much momentum after that goal, because it will be the reason they bring the ball back into play. Now Riley Monkhurst grabs out of the ruck and gets a kick moving forward. Now it's inside forward 54. Woori, a big strong tackle is laid, and it's going to be a stoppage deep inside. At the top of the 50 for Woori. Ball's thrown back up now. Riley Monkhurst again opts to pick it out of the ruck, but he's met with a strong tackle and he's going to be pinned for holding the ball. Not happy with the decision either. Jai Sheehan has Oscar Miles, who ran all the way from the goal square and just kept running and got into open space. Now gives a handball over to Jackson Waters. Waters brings it inboard. He has two players there. They've got to talk, and they do just in the nick of time. Park Jenkinson now brings it laterally to our mystery 27, who we yet to find out who that is, but he goes wide. They need it. They're trying to open the game, but they just need to go here. They bring it inboard. A nice strong mark out in front to Atala. Baccaro's in the square. So is Richards West. They go in that direction. Richards West just out the back. Can Baccaro mop this up out the back? He's pushed over the line for a boundary throw-in. They tap down towards the boundary line. Coletti gets it, but he's met there by Rory Fox. And there's going to be another boundary throw in. Tap down, one by Atala. They get it wide to Jackson Waters. Shot on goal. It's way off. But Richards West is coming at it at full steam. Gives the handball over the top to Szczesny. Szczesny sat towards goal. How's the bounce? The bounce was okay, but the accuracy wasn't. So minus score, another opportunity gone begging. 26 points to margin. 11 minutes into the last quarter. Joel Smith plays on. Goes wide. And just stumps the ball, does Riley Monkhurst. But here they go again. Upwey Tecoma with a kick forward and kneeing it there. Now they go forward again. Park Jenkinson, shot towards goal from outside 50! He's got it! There's still hope. 21 points. He's played a really good game, and that's his second for the afternoon, Park Jenkinson. So 21 points, there's still time. Matter of fact, it's 20 points. Still time to get back into this. And that's the type of live wire you need. Park Jenkinson just grabbing it from outside 50 on the run, backing himself in and driving it long, deep, straight through for a goal. Great stuff and a great game he's played, been in and under, getting the contested ball, but also hit the scoreboard to kick 2 goals. So here we go, resume play. Park Jenkinson in and amongst it again. Here he is at the bottom of the pack, just really trying to scramble to get it out. The ball's thrown up. Atala goes up against Monkhurst. Monkhurst taps down. It's going to be a holding free kick. I think it's going to go the way of Yallock and Monkhurst, and that it is. So Monkhurst has a look around. They go wide. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. It's a good strong mark by Christian Cameron, has won this afternoon. It's a Christian Cameron. We'll have a look. Size. Cameron, kick outside 50, offline. Distance might be the issue too. Miles slides and punches it over the line for a minor score. So 10-10-70, Woori Yallock lead up by Tecoma 7-7-49. Upwey Tecoma bring it wide and long, looking for Richards West. Read it well, then uses Palm Beach, but he's in pursuit. Gets the tackle away of the Angus Smith tackle, and didn't like the treatment either. As they keep moving the play here. Get it inside 450. Baccaro's in the region. And they can get out the back here. Atala to Baccaro. Tucked on the boundary line. Goes for the high contact free kick. The umpire says you ducked. Now Tyler gets it back, snap towards goal. How's the bounce? But Jordan Williams has got himself back in the square. So Vaccaro did drop his legs looking for the high contact free kick. The umpire knew exactly what he was doing and didn't fall for it. Jamil, who I think's played a really good game off that half forward line for Woori Yallock. Just goes long down the line, but it's to our mystery 27 of Upwey Tecoma. We can send it back inside 450 quickly. Richards West is there, but it just misses his kick. And now Woori Yallock with all the numbers here. They go wide to Marsh. Marsh goes over the top. Now they can try and move the ball here, move the ball in, and that they do. Matthews. You get a kick to the square, and they go, oh, Cameron decided to come back. Then he played on, but I don't know where that kick is. But flying high out the back, almost grabbing the mark, but kicking in midair. Minor score. So much was happening there. It was Marsh who almost went the kung fu kick midair. Just missing for a minor score. They do extend their lead, and they play on. Jackson Waters has got this just outside of 50, the defensive 50. Now they bring it into the middle of the ground. A good strong mark taken there by McKay. Now they can go inside 450. Vaccaro's there. Can he get it out the back? No. Good work there by Joel Adams. Now they get the handball out. Vaccaro lays enough tackle. He creates the turnover. Banana towards goal, but Williams is back there on the line. He's there to save the game, and he's doing a great job. Probably being their best player, Woori Yallock. And a beautiful kick outside for a defensive 50, finds Riley Monkhurst, who's also been impressive in the ruck. So Riley to Jordan Williams. Williams down the line. It's a nice kick. Now they move it forward. Here's Basoli. Park Jenkinson in pursuit. Great chase, but gets a kick inside 450 to Jamil. He has a player in the square, but then he has a player even wider. Smart kick. Now they can go back and line up for goal. Mitch Arnold, who already has one this afternoon. Really impressive there by Jamil. Didn't rush his kick. If he turned around, he could have made a mistake if he tried to rush the kick, get that overboard. So he assessed his options and saw the running Mitch Arnold out wide and in space and opted to bring it back inboard to set up Mitch Arnold to potentially kick his second goal as he lines up now. Arnold. Kick towards goal, looking for his second. Not a problem at all. He's kicked two, and they extend their lead even further now. Out to 28 points. 11-11-77 lead 7-7-49. Mitch Arnold has two. And this game is just about buried, I think, now in favour of Woori Yallock. Because we're looking 17. Yep, 17 minutes gone in the last. Ball up in the middle of the ground. McKay goes early. Monkhurst stays down and gets the tap down. Here's Williams again. Puts it inside 450. Marsh with a little shove, and the umpire does see that. So he's blowing the whistle. He's going to give a free kick against Marsh. Upwey Tecoma with ball in hand now in the defensive 50. Can try get some momentum going. Monkhurst parks himself underneath it, unable to hold the mark, but Jordan Williams grabs it off the crumb, off the drop mark, then goes wide and finds Coletti. Coletti on the wing, brings it back inboard, has Smith, has Monkhurst. Which ones he want? He gets Angus Smith. Angus Smith comes even wider to Robbie Allen, Robbie Allen over the top. Finds a teammate there, and Ray brings it wide. Zach Monkhurst is there, staying in play. I think it might have went out of bounds on the full, and yes, the boundary umpire confirms it. Was looking for Jake Matthews there, just unable to miss the leading Matthews. Kick just gone a bit too wide. Schnetzy prides an option in the back pocket now. Ben Watson goes wide. Not knowing where to go here, so they go over the top to Waters. Waters has a look around. Then brings it back inboard. And they go short to Costas. The skipper won't stop running all day. Brings it back inboard to Waters with great work rate. Found himself from the back pocket open to the middle of the ground. They go over the top to a Tala. Could something be building here? They play off in the middle of the ground. They go for it up and under Picaro. The kick just did not favour him very well. Joel Adams did well. Picaro still fighting. Losing his feet though. And now they can mop it up for Allen. Allen goes to Monkhurst, but the bounce just doesn't favour him. Now Richards West puts a kick back inside 450. I think he went out of bounds actually. Yes, he has. As we're into the red time now in the last quarter, as we've ticked over 19 and a half minutes. So into extra time add-on. Ball's thrown back up. Tap down to Riley Monkhurst. And now helped itself over the line by Ray. See Joel Smith entering the ground as well. So thrown back into play, he'll be Atala and Monkhurst. Atala probably got a bit at the back, but I think he's given away a free kick for a high contact free kick, and that he has. So Riley Monkhurst being dominant in the ruck today, just using his brute strength and power. Has a look around and kicks it down the line. McKay flies, unable to quite hold the mark. Ray gets a handball out. And Miles gets Harvey Smith over the line. Ball's thrown back in. Monkhurst opts to go over the back. Costas gets the clearing handball over to Murray. Murray goes wide to Waters. Waters dips in and out of traffic. Then trying to go for a smart kick to Sheehan, but could be turned over here. And that it is at centre half forward. Mitch Arnold's in the region. Matthews gets the clearing kick, but it's turned over to Costas at half back. Costas. Umpire, I thought he was not going to play not 15. Ben Monkhurst has gone forward as well. He's got the message to go forward. I did see him running up the ground there, but I didn't realise he was going forward. So they're going to try and get him a goal as they go to Williams. Williams, the handball didn't quite favour him, but he gets it back to Atchison. Atchison now goes wide. Can they get Ben Monkhurst a goal? It looks like that's what is the aim. They go short, bring it inboard Basoli. Basoli now brings an inboard kick, looking for Cameron, but just over the top of his head. And it's going to be a boundary throw in deep in the forward pocket here for Woori Yallock. Tap down there. Riley Monkhurst goes off in the air, but Miles. Bounce just isn't favouring, but Basoli gets it. Tackle over, handball over to Cameron, and there it is. Another goal. Kick there by Cameron. He kicks his second. And they're just adding to the percentage now. Woori Yallock 12-11-83 leads Upwey Tecoma 7-7-49. 22 minutes gone in the last. So not much more than 5 minutes probably to go in this game. This ball to be balled up. Thrown up now. McKay gets the tap down. Riley Monkhurst looks like he got a foot to over his face, or the place you don't like to be kicked. But Angus Smith brings it in, ball looking for Basoli, unable to quite hold the mark. Now they get the handball out to Sheehan. Sheehan swings around, finds Murray. Murray goes back to Schnezny. Schnezny brings it inboard. And it's going to be cut off there by Williams. Back to Allen. Allen back to Williams. Now they go back to Joel Smith. Smith over the top to Williams. Is he going to go back to Smith possibly? Is he going to go long down the line? Down the line he goes. Trying to get it over the top to Ben Monkhurst. Unable to. but they've got the handball at the back here. Here's Harvey Smith, gets another handball over the top. And they swing out of trouble. Jamil's there, turns around, snaps towards goal. This is going to bounce through, and it has. He's kicked his second. Worked hard all day, been really impressive off that half-forward line, as I mentioned earlier. Again, they extend their lead out to 40 points now. So the end after Upwey Tecoma came out and probably shocked, jump scared. Woori Yallock kicking the first 3 of the game. It's been all Woori Yallock ever since, and now they lead by 40 points deep into the last quarter, 24 and a half minutes gone. And it's a convincing win in the end. They're only dropping the one game to top of the ladder, Wandon. So they'll be definitely a match to look out for when they come up against each other again, as Riley Monkhurst again taps it down, then grabs it out of the ruck, goes forward to Matthews, just holds it. Grabs it on the second and third grab. So he'll line up for his first. He'll kick this all of 35-40. In comes Matthews. Kicks on its way to hold its line. Not quite. Through for a minor score. Kick back and ball, and they decide to go up the middle. It's a long kick. Riley Monkhurst is there, though. So is Allen. Gets a handball moving forward to Smith. Smith over to Marsh. Marsh goes deep. They can't quite get over the back to Cameron. Just deep in the forward pocket here for Woori Yallock. Can they add one more, or even a couple more before the end of the game? Could they add one from this stoppage? Ryan Monkhurst parks himself at the front, then gets the tap down. Jamil chases after, trying to get on the end of his third. Tried to keep it in play. Knew he was out, but then didn't hear the whistle straight away, so then he tried to play on and act like he kept it in. But I think deep down he knew he was out the first time. It was just a late whistle. The umpires. Boundary umpire throws the ball back in. It falls short, but Riley Monkhurst meets it and grabs it out of the ruck, gets a handball out. Now they get over to Riley Monkhurst. Can he kick a goal? Step towards goal, and he's got one. Worked hard all day in the ruck. Well earned goal. Being dominant in there. Played majority of it by himself. We've chop outs from Zach Monkhurst in the ruck every now and then, but not as much as McKay and Atala's been switching. And he's ran out majority of the day and been well on top of both ruckmen. I'm sure when we go back and look at the stats that you can see on local footy hubs, so make sure you download the app for all the stats for this. I'm sure you'll see that he's had a bulk of the hit-outs and a bulk of clearances as too. I'd also like to thank our game day sponsors, Hillsville Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Pettis Suspension Brakes, Architectural Cutting Supplies, and Game Phase Vision. Riley Monkhurst here he is again, grabs it out of the ruck, gets a handball over to Smith. Smith drives it inside forward 50, looking for Cameron, and it might be a holding free kick on the way up at Tecoma, and it is. So Ben Watson will be the recipient of this free kick. Not long to go in this game. We'll be expected no more than 2 minutes. They get the clearing kick outside the defensive 50. Pom Peach is there. He tracks it down. Can he pick it up cleanly? He knocks it forward to Murray. Can Murray, the bounce suit him? Not quite. So he knocks it forward again. Joel Smith is chasing him as well. Is he pushed over the line? Yeah, it's going to be a free kick going the way to Joel Smith, who's played well in his 100th game. Congratulations to Joel Smith again. We talked to him earlier on. Make sure, obviously, they'll be on the Local Footy Hub app as well. So make sure you tune into that. We got a player profile interview of him, and we also got an interview discussing about his 100 games and what the club will really mean to him. So there'll be one to tune in for as they bring him back forward into Atchison. They go back to Williams. Williams goes wide. Looks like Smith, and yes it is, Angus Smith. Now they bring it wide to Adams. Adams brings it. Can this be cut off? Almost bodied it. Williams doesn't know where the ball's gone. Now it's tapped over the top. Here they go. They're trying to move forward here through Maloney. Maloney, can he pick it up? Not quite. Oscar Simpson applies the pressure, and there's the siren to end the game. So the end of the game, it is Woori Yallock with a convincing victory over Upwey Tecoma. Convincing victory in the end by 47 points. 14-12, 96, defeating 7-7, 49. Some of the goal kickers on the park, Woori, Yallock. We had Christian Cameron with 2. Hamish Jamili, with 2. Jordan Williams with 2. Cody Basoli with 2. Mitch Arnold with 2. And the single goal kickers, Alex Marsh, Kane Thompson, Zach Monkhurst, and Riley Monkhurst. As for Upwey Tecoma, Carmen Nakara kicked 3. Ned Park Jenkinson kicked 2. Tom Atala kicked 1. Matt Snrs kicked 1. And Spencer Richards West kicked 1. But as you can see, Woori Yallock are still one of the strong competitors in this team, only losing their 1 game narrowly to Wandon a couple of weeks ago. So they'll be one to watch as the season goes on as one of the top teams in the league. And they'll play Tecoma. They'll go back to the drawing board. They've suffered their 4th loss of the season, only winning the 1 game. But they'll have to go back to the drawing board and really bounce back at the end of this game. Thank you guys for listening and watching this stream. Thank you guys for watching. And before we go, just make sure you download the local Footy Hub app, where you get this stream again if you want to watch it back on replay and all your stats and matches. But thank you guys for listening down here, the local Footy Hub exclusive match for Outer East. And we'll see you guys next time for the next match next week. Thank you.